Tyler Perry, I'd like to say, and I think I even thought before I even watched this show, that if you've seen one Tyler Perry film, you've seen it all. But that, for me, is not the case for Beauty in Black. What is up, everybody? Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel and peeping my reviews on films. If you don't know me, my name is Octavia Yearwood. I am a life coach and an artist, which is, why I'm here on YouTube. It's the perfect fit. My only film was on Apple TV. It was called The Transform. I actually recommend you go to The Transform, TRANZFORM, and check it out. I did a docuseries on Black trans women, which I was really proud of. And since I was young, I've always loved to watch film. And as a life coach, I've always loved to break down and understand how people are from the context of their life in the past. Especially because I'm a former foster child and I'm someone who has always taken inventory and had to really be observant and pay attention to my surroundings. And film has been something that has been a way to relate, but also to see that I'm not alone, but also it's a fun thing to me. I can watch a film. I've watched Lucy like 4 or 5 times. If a movie's really good, I'll watch it more than one time. But what I love to do is to really break down the characters and break down what really is the show talking about, because all the actions that the characters make have to do with context. But in a film, you don't get to know where they come from. So in my reviews, I'll be talking about the shows, how I feel about the shows, and then talking about the characters. So I hope you enjoy, and I would love for you to subscribe and also leave it in the comments. Leave me comments about what you thought, what you feel about what I said, about the characters, about the show, etc. Like, this is a relationship, you know what I'm saying? We go together. We go together. So let's do this. All right. So, time to get into it. Beauty in Black, a new Tyler Perry film on Netflix. I was really excited too because a lot of his shows to me look more like soap opera-ish, like a telenovela. And I like to see, his series be in a higher quality kind of space, like look like a movie, if you will, So yeah, anyway, Tyler Perry, I'd like to say, and I think I even thought before I even watched this show, that if you've seen one Tyler Perry film, you've seen it all. But that, for me, is not the case for Beauty in Black. Of course, you're going to have all the tropes that all Tyler Perry films come with, including old Black English, as I like to call it. Somebody's going to be called a hussy or a whore, or, in the show, someone calls somebody nappy-headed. Like, it's
a little bit ghetto to me. A little bit ghetto,
you're going to get some stereotypical Black shit. So, it just comes with the territory. But this show, for me, is really unique from anything else that Tyler's ever done. In fact, it really reminds me of a mixture of Players Club and P-Valley. So if Players Club and P-Valley got together, I think it would be this show. And also P-Valley, chop chop, okay? I've been waiting on you. All right, I need that to hurry up and come back. But you know what? Beauty in Black has been a good fix. It's a good fix for me. So Beauty in Black, it follows a story of a Black family that owns a hair care company that is highly successful. The main character is someone who intertwines the family with each other, Kimmie. Now, Kimmie's character, it reminds me if you put together Diamond from Players Club and Keyshawn from P-Valley. I'll tell you more about why I say that a little later. Kimmie is being trafficked. She somehow got into some type of situation. We don't know how the situation happened. But all we know is that they got on an airplane. Now they got a pimp. That's where we at in the story. And I've watched the part 1 already. Where we are in part 1, we don't know what about that airplane ride caused them to be in debt to this character named Jules that's now pimping them and has them working in a strip club. We don't know why. When Angel comes to them in the beginning and tells them like, yo, I got this job, like we could do this at this club, it sounds like he's just, you know, like how strippers travel to go and go to different cities and make bread. Like that's what we thought that was happening, and then all of a sudden drug charges. You know, we don't know how that happened as of yet. But what we do know is that Jules has now given them this tab, this big tab. Each of them has their own tab. And Kimmie's tab is in the 200,000s. And she has to work at this club to work it off. Nuts. Super nuts. Her and Rain and Angel. So the story revolved around this family and these three people who are being trafficked. The family is large. Oh, and diabolical. My goodness. This family is wretched. But then, through the characters, we see different dynamics. And that's what I'm going to go into in a bit. But to finalize the overview, Kimmie is the main character that we want to win. We want Kimmie to win. So let's get into Kimmie. Like I said, Kimmie is a character that reminds you of a Diamond and Keyshawn. If you haven't watched Players Club and you haven't watched P-Valley, go and do that. You know what I'm saying? It's very much worthy of the watch. I had to write some notes because I had a lot of thoughts on Kimmie. All right, Kimmie's interesting to me, but also like slightly annoying. And that happens. That happens when I think you have a character that is in a low position and there's this little spark of them wanting to get further, but they don't quite do what they need to do to get there soon enough for you, at least. So her characteristics: Kimmie is hopeful. She has dreams. She's definitely a victim. I would like to call it the hero victim trope. Yeah. Where this person is a victim of circumstance in the film, but you know that there's some hero shit that's about to pull up.
Okay.
It's clear that Kimmie just wants better for herself. It's clear that through flashbacks that she had a mother who abandoned her, and then she had a friend that found her the same day and then brought her into the business. Again, like how, I mean, essentially, you know, that's how Diamond got into stripping in Players Club. So she has these things. Kimmie doesn't express a lot. She's very observant. She listens a lot. She doesn't react quickly. And while the word saying that sounds like it's a strength, it's actually a trauma response because she doesn't feel powerful. She feels like a lot of people around her have the power, more power than she does. And then you'll see with her relationship with Horace, as that grows, that she wants to say something because he's kind of creating a safe space for her. But she also, now she knows who he's connected to. And she's just like, I don't know. I don't know if I could trust you for real. So I don't know if I could tell you how I really feel or if I could tell you what's really going on with me. And I mean, that makes sense. Kimmie's also a do-gooder. Right? And a do-gooder, cousins with a people pleaser, is also a trauma response. Because you don't want to get on nobody's bad side. You don't want to upset anybody. You don't want any more drama than you already have. Especially because you feel like if someone is mad, now they're going to be able to cause me more harm. They're going to be able to harm me. And because I don't feel powerful, I feel like they have the power to harm me. But the thing about Kimmie is there is this really, really like underlying fierceness about her. She has an underlying fierceness. And you see bits of it because, you know, she got a little bit of an attitude. Like she's not totally a simp, right? She's not totally like, you know, like Ebony was in Players Club. Like Ebony felt really weak to me. And while Kimmie has weak moments, her weakness isn't coming through because she's looking for a way out. She's not complacent completely, you know? So there's that's to me, that's that fierceness. That's that something that's brewing for her to, you know, what I think the character Kimmie is going to emote for anybody watching the show is a cheerleader. She makes us want her to do more. We want her to say it. We want her to do the thing. So she gives us that emotion, but also she annoys us. She gets on our nerves because it's like, girl, girl, girl. You know? Like for instance, example, she's in the VIP with Horace and he's trying to buy the time from Angel. First of all, he gives her the 800 and says, do what you could do with that. Right? Then she goes, well, I think I could get him to do it for $5 and gives him back $300. Girl, girl, girl.
Let me breathe. Let me see if my therapist is on speed dial.
Why are you talking yourself out of money? Because you haven't even brokered yourself into that deal. If you think you can get him to do it for $5, like, why are you not brokering something for yourself? So you kind of get annoyed. And the reason why she did that, again, this goes back to the do-gooder. This goes back to the people-pleasy. He says, I'm on a fixed income at the beginning of that exchange. She's trying to look out for him already. It's like automatic. You know, you're not even giving, I'm starting to think about myself when I'm talking about Kimmie. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. I got to get it together too. We all got to get it together. Because we all do that. It's like our heartstrings are just, like it gets activated. Like it's word activated heartstrings. Like you say something that we feel we should be considerate of or that we would like. It's more so what we would like somebody to be considerate of for us. And so we do it for others. Even though it's showing up in our lives does not happen as much as we would like. I'm not going to say never. I'm not going to take it to the extremes. So there's these moments where you're just like, girl, are you trying to get out of this or nah? What I would like to see from her is for her to choose herself first more. I feel like the victim hero trope is a point of a precipice. It's a point where the character can either become a villain or really become a hero. But both of them are going to require their highest self. And that highest self is going to say, you need to think about what you need. Selfishness gets a bad rap. Truly.
I said what I said.
I feel like that's where she's at. You know? She's really on that line. So I would like to see her get there. I would like to see her get there. It would be a plot twist if it was an actual villain twist, if she turned into the villain somehow. I don't see that happen because there's enough... There's enough villains in this show. There's actually an overwhelming amount of villains in this show. I mean, the whole family are villains. Like, yeah. It's crazy how nasty the characters are. So, obviously, she's probably going to go there, but you just want her to get there. You want her to get there. You want her to not talk herself out of money. You know what I'm saying? You want her to put herself first in situations. You want her to fight back. So Body is a character that is, I would say, paired up. She's paired up with two different people. One is the woman that she works with, who I can't remember her name right now because she's not that important. But then we have the other person that she's partnered up with a lot. They remind me of Ronnie and Trix from Players Club, and it's her and T.S. Madison's character, which is named Denga. So Body and Denga, they are the mean girls of the club, hands down. But Denga's not really embedded in the club physically. Denga is the butt shot girl. She's the girl that is giving butt shots to all the strippers, including Body, so that they can look better and, you know, make more money to get out of their debts. Now, Body's in there just collecting people's money and getting people to do it. But Body also was them. Body is refers to herself, and in the pimp world, she is the bottom bitch of Jules. She's Jules's bottom bitch. She is a stereotypical trope that I don't think is that complex for me to break down. But if you watch Players Club and you watch Ronnie, it's pretty much that. You know what I'm saying? She's mean. She wants to be the bottom bitch, so she's a bully. She's someone who gaslights. Like, gaslighting is a part of, and manipulation is a part of her method in life. You know, like, she's going to tell the girls, if you want to get out your debt and you want to make more money, you better get these ass shots so you can get a bigger ass so these guys can pay you some money. You know, that is what she's gonna do. And so that is what she does. Denga, it's no real character development there as of yet. She just is, you know, an ass shot girl. And the ass shot girl is about her money. So when it comes to Kimmie and Body and Denga, or when it just even comes, not even Denga, because Denga doesn't, Denga's like a, it's like, Denga's Spliff Star, you know what I'm saying? Denga's the hype man, you know what I mean? Denga's not really about nothing for real. Body is the one, and you want Kimmie to stand up to Body.
You lying hard. Get the
You want her to body. Okay, Body, yada, 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 yada. You want her to walk her like a dog. You want her to curse her out. You want her to fight back. Because Body is so consistently bold about the disrespect, about the just being on Kimmie's ass. And it's also because, and Body's also on her like that because she sees that Kimmie isn't broken yet. Not fully, you know? She sees that she can't control Kimmie. Kimmie's gonna hear her talking, is gonna roll her eyes. Kimmie's gonna say something bad. Kimmie's gonna say no to the butt shots and be dead serious about it. Like, she doesn't like that Kimmie doesn't just do what she wants. She wants to be the boss because that's what she thinks she is. And Kimmie's just not with it. Kimmie's just like, Now, Kimmie will give in sometimes because of the power that she knows that the girl has over her. But the girl really knows she doesn't have the power over her that she wants. But you do want Kimmie to just knock her one good time. And so, yeah, that is what I would like to see from her. I would like to see her pick a side. Because you can't really be a victim and a hero at the same time. I think you got to pick a side. What you gonna do? What I want to see from Kimmie is her to really tap into the lessons that life's experiences were trying to teach her, and really just strategize, find a strategy of how to get out of this and then put it into play. Like, that is what I would love to see. I would love for a light bulb to click on for her. Like, you've seen how your mother handled you. You've been in this club and watched people. Like, you are observant. You have seen a lot. Now, how do you go back, look back, take inventory, and say, okay, well, I see, okay. And then, like, everything. You see how so many people are connected and really see your way out of that. Like, I think one of the most beautiful things about Diamond and Players Club is that she had a goal. She was in college. Her man left. She was a single mom. She was like, I got to finish college. I need to make more money so I can even afford college because now I got to pay all the bills. So she had a goal. She created a strategy and she leaned in and she got that. And even if you look at one of the characters in P-Valley, I think that, and I could be wrong maybe, but was it P-Valley? But like where they ended up owning the club that they worked at. I think that was Players Club. I think Diamond ended up owning Players Club, right? I'm gonna check it. But yeah, I think so you see what I'm saying? Like, Kimmie is literally like a baby Diamond. Like, at the same point, but just at a different level of consciousness. So like, I don't think Diamond was anything like Kimmie when she was Kimmie's age. I'm feeling like Kimmie is somewhere in her 20s. And Diamond, I felt like when I watched it, she could have been, well, she was in college. She could have been in her 20s too, but she just felt so much more mature. Kimmie is not really leaning into that maturity. That maturity is not really coming out. And I think the maturity comes in the elevation, when the light bulb clicks, when you realize I want to change. She already knows she wants to change. Now she has to get to the point where she says, I'm going to make that change. That's what I want to see from her. Because a lot of times I be wanting to smack sis in the back of the head.
Oh, Lord. Again.
I relate to Kimmie. Because as much as we want to say, and we can say that, make a goal, get out of that rut that you're in, get out of that space that you're in. You could do it. Psychologically, it is just harder than you really can conceive, because all of the disappointments, all of the abuse, all of the things that happen to you really leaves a mark and it leaves etches on your spirit. It is harmful, and healing is a big part of that, right? Healing is the thing that helps you get to that point where you can do that. But there's work that you can do prior to healing to even get yourself to the space of healing. So a lot of times, like even when I have my coaching clients and they are in a space of thinking they can't, it's hard, I don't have time, I can't do it. What I'm able to do as a life coach is to put them on a schedule, is to hold them accountable, and to break down, what are your goals? What's in your space? Like sometimes you actually need someone to be able to be a sounding board and help you with your confidence and help you to actually achieve those goals. And 100%, I won't say 100, 98% of the times my clients get to that point where they don't need me anymore, which I love. That's my goal all the time when I'm coaching. I'm like, please. Like I have one client who, she went from working at a place that she did not like and having her side business to making her side business her whole business, having 10 plus employees in 1 year. And then guess what? After that 1 year of coaching with me, then she came back around in another 6 months for a refresher. Because now you can, once you've been able to identify what you feel and what's been happening in your body that made you feel a little bit stagnant, made you feel a little bit unmotivated or unable to think about how you want to achieve the thing you say you want to achieve. Once you're able to identify what that feels like, when you get back to that place, because let's remember, it's never going to just be one and done. It is an ebb and flow. And so what she did was when she then identified that feeling coming back, booked more sessions. Get her back in the flow, get her back in that motion. Now, boom, back at it. So I would really love to see that happen for Kimmie. Please, Kimmie. Please. Please.